Oh, of course you know who this is. Let me turn this down real quick. So, yeah, I'm gonna kind of make a bit of a serious video today. Not really gonna go hating on anybody, not gonna go tearing off or anything, but something I was just thinking about recently. And of course, there have been videos up with Black Mon. This is a while ago, talking about the decline of Japan in the video game arena, as it were. And that is, are they becoming less relevant? And I'm beginning to wonder if that same thing is possibly going to befall the Western market. The reason why I'm asking this is because with Japan, of course, too, a lot of the games that they do have been similar, and they haven't really been receptive to changing and doing different things. Yeah, some companies have, some haven't. And for the longest time, the biggest thing that they did, at least here in the Western markets, were Japanese RPGs, or JRPGs. And, of course, the market was just flooded with them. They basically stayed the same, not much changed. And it got stagnant, and therefore, right now they're saying that they're not being as big of a player as they used to be. Now, I kind of see the same thing possibly happening here with the Western markets as well. And the reason why I see that is because of first-person shooters. Now, I got to thinking about this because we just had Resistance 3 come out. We got Battlefield and Call of Duty coming out here soon. You have Rage coming out. You also have other first-person type games like Skyrim, although you can play it in third person as well, which I plan on doing like I did with Oblivion. But you have, I think there's even more first-person shooters that are coming out, and there's really not a lot of variety in these first-person shooters. I mean, okay, yeah, some you have destructible environments that looks cool. Some you can use vehicles like Battlefield 3. You have you can fly jets. But essentially, they all come down to the same mechanic. You know, it's multiple sides of the same coin, if you will, where it pretty much comes down to basic kind of generic story. If you're going with the first person or the single player campaign, you just run around shooting things, move from set piece to set piece. And while it hasn't necessarily grown stagnant yet, because you have other versions of it, like initially you're going to be having BioShock come out, which is a little bit different, and you have a little kind of genre combining things with the first-person shooter, like with RPG elements, like with BioShock. But eventually it's going to get to a tipping point where every variation of a first-person shooter has essentially been done. So what I'm wondering with you guys out there is, do you think that we, here in the Western market, and it's not just here in the US or North America, because, you know, some big games like, Killzone 3 is from a Dutch company, right? And so just first-person shooters in general. And of course, when you talk Western market, it's the US, North America, it's also Europe, and so on. But do you guys out there think that the Western market could possibly grow as stagnant as the Eastern market, because most companies concentrated on one particular genre? Now, I know we also have other things coming out as well. You got a game like Uncharted and Gears of War, they're third person, although I don't consider those two. Just a little side note here, go off on a little tangent. I hate when people compare Uncharted and Gears of War. Why? They're two totally different types of games. With Gears, it's pretty much non-stop shooting and action, and you go from one place to another. It's very linear. You know, I enjoy it, but it's linear. It's just from zone to zone. Uncharted, on the other hand, there's some shooting elements, but it's more platforming, exploration, and puzzle solving. You know, I loved Uncharted 2. It was different, and I wasn't finding myself moving around from area to area just shooting people. So the only thing I say that these two have in common I mean, come on, Gears doesn't even have a frickin' jump. Frickin', did I just say frickin'? Sorry. It doesn't have a fucking jump button. I mean, you can't jump and grapple onto things, pull yourself up like you can with Nathan Drake and Uncharted. And, you know, they're two totally different games, so, sorry going off on a tangent, but can we stop comparing those two? I mean, give me a break. They're two totally different games. The only thing that they have in common is while it was more difficult in Uncharted 2, the final boss of both games sucked ass, the final fight. Well, Gears 2, Uncharted 2. And of course, too, that's where you just had the hammer down, and Uncharted 2 had a pointed at the lambent Brumac until he exploded. And well, Uncharted, you had the main bad guy running around, and he had to shoot out, what was it, like blue blobs and stuff. You had to wait till he was next to that, shoot at the blobs, they explode, and they take his life off. You had to keep doing that. I hate when games do that. They bring you up to a point to the ending, and then the ending, the final boss just fucking dies off. Sorry, that's a tangent. So, yeah, granted, I know there's other genres out there, but considering that fact that first-person shooters are the biggest in the Western market, and everybody seems to be concentrating on that and not trying to innovate in other genres, or other genres they don't do quite as well. Do you people out there think that the Western market may have a slowdown like the Japanese market, especially if you do go with the argument that Japan has become stagnant and has become less, what's the word I'm looking for, less prevalent, less, I can't think of the word I'm looking for, maybe you guys can figure it out. But yeah, do you think that the Western market could possibly hit that in a couple of years? Now, some of you are probably thinking, no, there's no way. People thought that about the Japanese market as well, too. You know, like last gen and so on. It's like, oh, they're doing all these things, all these different RPGs, all these different games, and blah, blah, blah. And they're not going to have a downturn. They're not going to have a recession. But it's somewhat happened now. So, do you guys think, like I said, that because of the huge proliferation of first-person shooters, that it's going to happen here as well? Because, I mean, eventually people are going to get tired of doing the same thing game in and game out. And let's be honest, on first-person shooters, even though I like single-player campaigns, most people don't buy first-person shooters for single-player campaigns. And I know there's different game modes, Capture the Flag, King of the Hill, you know, whatever other ones there are. But at the end of the day, it just comes up to running around shooting people and getting points, trying to get kill streaks and so on. Yeah, if you're saying, well, no, it's different because there's team objectives and blah, blah, it all boils down to the same. Because in order to win something on a team objective, even if it's, you know, a capture the flag thing, you still have to go around shooting and killing people in order to get the flag and so on. So it all goes down to that. So eventually, you know, I think people are going to end up getting tired of it and want something different, and there's not going to be anything there to replace that, and then we're going to have to worry about the same thing that some people are saying are happening to Japan right now. Relevancy. That's right. Less relevant. That's what I was looking for. So let me know down below. And also let me know if you like this style of video a little bit better. Instead of just hating on somebody, I'm actually bringing up a topic that is, I believe, a real concern to the community, the game community. And that's about it. So, talk to you guys later. Sorry it's been about a week since my last video, but couldn't come up with anything to do. And then this just popped in my head, so peace out.